Morning YouTube, it is 6:20 o'clock on June 23rd, and I am sitting in my family room right now, my gaming area, and something I want to talk to you about today is remodeling. Now, remodeling is something that I've been working on right now in this house, and right now I'm just working on the logistics of it, what it'll look like. I'm making a scale model of what it'll look like, and now all I have to do is figure out what I'm doing with my computer setup and a couple other things over in this side. But the first thing I want to talk to you about is planning. Now, planning is a big part of doing any major project in your house or in your life or doing anything. So the first thing you need to start with planning is what you want to achieve. What you want to achieve is your first goal, and all these steps is how you're gonna get there. Now, where you start is probably a pretty crappy place, but where you end up, you want to achieve something really good and really sleek and something really nice. So where you're gonna have to plan it is how much it's gonna cost, what exactly are you gonna do to do it, what times are you gonna do it, and how long is it gonna take, and then you have to execute. Now, execute is a huge problem, and I've talked to a lot of people about this, and executing a plan is one of the hardest things you can do in this world, because you can plan it out all day long, but executing is always the worst part, always the part that screws people up, and the part that people never do. So executing a task is always the difficult thing, and I don't know why. And for me, it's difficult too, because I always have a problem with that. And I hope by blogging every day that I will be able to get my planning to execute to finish much down to a shorter amount of time, to a more compact, to an easier time. And for you, things you can do is just do it. That's really the only advice that I have for people who want to actually do something, is just sit down and say, screw it, and do it. Screw it, do it. A big thing you can do is just sit down and take time to think about exactly what you want to do, exactly how you're going to do it, and make a plan. Make a list and write down every single thing that you want to do so that you can do it perfectly. And that's really how I do it. I write down what I want, what it's going to take, the logistics of what it's going to take. Like, I know that this room will take approximately 4 gallons of paint, of white paint to paint, and 2 gallons for the ceiling. Now, I've known that because I've measured the space, I've measured what exactly I'm going to do, but I might get some extra paint for redundancy. That's also a thing, is you want redundancy. You want to be able to keep doing what you're doing, even if something breaks, even if something happens. Unfortunately for me, I only have one camera, and that's really a problem, because that means if this camera breaks, I can't do these anymore, and I can't do anything with the video anymore. So that's a really big problem for me. So a big thing that I have found that works for me for planning stuff out is modeling. Now, right here is a scale model of my downstairs. If you look in here, it is basically, this is my downstairs. This would be a door to my brother's room, and this would be where I was just sitting. Now over in this area is going to be this piano and this treadmill, but I can't do anything about that. So my planning is to paint the ceiling black and keep the walls white, because this is going to be the color that the walls in this room are going to be. Try to make it look better and see if the black on white makes it look any better. And then I'm going to take these LEDs that I have and string them up in here so that it'll look as if I put LEDs in this room, because that's where I want to put them, in these corners. Now, all of this takes a lot to execute. To actually do this, I'll need to set out several days where I can mat out, I can tape out everything, and then I can paint the walls and then paint the ceiling. Now, that's going to take a really long time, and that's a lot to execute. Now, the best way I can do that is just sit down, make a plan like this, and then just do it. just have the self-discipline to actually go out and achieve what I really want to do, because this is what I really want to do. Now, this might be easier for some people, this may be really hard for some people. For me, it's pretty difficult. But I found the easiest way to do this is just, like I said, make a plan and do all this stuff. Another thing I want to do is use speakers. I would like to start using vinyl, start listening to vinyl a lot more. And so one thing I dug up from my basement is this old speaker. Now, this was top of the line back in the day, but it takes connectors that I don't have. These connectors back here, these red and black connectors, and this just takes a pinch wire, this takes a wire and pinches it into place, and those are something I don't have, so that's something gear I'll have to buy or get from somebody. But in the meantime, while I'm planning this, I can do whatever I want. I can still play video games, I can still do whatever I want downstairs, which is important. I can also edit, and I'll be able to achieve that by moving my computer in my room. Now, it's going to take some convincing from my mother, but ultimately, my plan is to move my computer into my room and then start the remodel within the next week. I'm all done with my paper, and now I can go turn it in. Well, at this point in the day, I have to fill out the second part of my job application for this grocery store, and then I can go, and later in the day I'm going to ride my bike over there and turn it in, so that'll go pretty well.